This is your bread and butter reset sequence. 10 movements, 90 seconds each. And when you go through this practice on a daily basis or even a few times a week, you're going to be prioritizing 80% of the movement that we want to hit. To get started, we're going to arrive in our bodies with bouncing in place. Taking a few nice deep breaths through the nose. Checking in with that body. Maybe rooting through those feet feels really good. Maybe starting to elevate those heels. Shaking the deck and the camera. Or jumping in place. Whatever feels good for you today. Next, we're going to go into the prisoner pose position, but we're going to do this to create a little bit more freedom with our breathing. So, fists together in the back, drive those fists into each other lightly, and then gradually increase that intensity. If you look at me from the side, you can see I'm not arching my back. I'm rooted through those heels, and I'm breathing with some extension through the heart. Taking a few nice, expansive, deep breaths. Maintain that position. I'm going to start the timer, and we're going to get going with some head movement. So, in that prisoner pose position, we're going to go into some head nods, looking up to the sky, and then tucking the chin down. If you want to pair some breath with that, inhale up, exhale down. Good integration through the posture. Okay, eyes forward, and then we're going to go into head turns. So looking over the shoulder with your eyes and allowing that to drive the neck movement. Continuing to breathe. Just becoming familiar with your surroundings. Definitely a benefit of doing this outside. Get a little bit more to look at, a little bit more to take in. Wake up those senses. Last one, eyes forward. Find a point to look at, and we're just going to open one ear up to the sky, other ear towards the shoulder. And good integration through that posture. Next, set up with your feet about hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider. And we're going to start by exhaling, sliding down the backs of the legs, inhaling, coming up. So finding that hip hinge, driving through those feet, and just waking up those legs. Doing this through the movement of the hinge, loading the backside of the body, and then standing and feeling that unload. So lengthening through the glutes and hamstrings. Inhale, feel those glutes and hamstrings naturally activate. Really getting things awake with the touch as well. Getting some circulation going. Tapping into that breath. Trust in the movement. Loading and then unloading. Lengthening in the backside of the body, then shortening in the backside of the body. Just standing tall. Okay, so now taking it into the chi squat. Going to get a little bit wider. If you want to point those toes out slightly, go for it. Rooting through those feet. You're going to exhale as you press your hands out in front. And then inhale and pull back. So sinking down on the exhale, and then standing tall on the inhale. So working at a depth that feels good for you right now. Loading those hips as you sink into those ankles and knees. For these last 30 seconds, I want you to see if you can elongate the exhale a little bit and see if you can sink a little bit deeper. Pairing the movement with the breath, finding your rhythm, tapping into it today. Okay. Now, getting into some spinal movement. We're going to start by tucking the chin, rounding through the upper back, rolling down, and then we're going to lead with the crown of the head. So heavy through the crown, then we're going to extend, bending the knees a little bit, extending through the spine as we reach that heart to the sky. And as you come back, tucking the chin, rounding through the shoulders, and rolling through that big spinal wave. Sensing movement through your spine, developing trust to flex, then trust to extend as well, maybe a little glute squeeze. One thing I like a lot is as we come down, bending those knees, and as we come up, we can get this really nice drive through the legs, get into that, like, I don't know, Iron Man position, like he's flying up into the sky. Boom. Continue to breathe, feeling into space and length through the body. So we're feeling extension as we come up, shortening in the back side of the body. And as we flex down, notice the front side of the body shortens and the back side lengthens. All right. Next, going into side swipes. So we want all these movements to be really integrated through the feet. Drive through those feet, arms down at the sides, swiping up. Notice the compression on this side and the expansion on this side. So let's go exhale on the side bend, inhale through center. And continue to feel that spaciousness through the rib cage. Drive through the feet to create some nice intention of length and connection through the body. But closing space on one side so more space can open on the other. Keep moving. Lengthening through the crown, rooting through the feet. Next, we're going to take it through some rotation. So we're going to interlace the hands. The palm that's facing up, that's the side I'm going to rotate to. So I'm going to create a little counter tension here. Look over the shoulder, rotate back, create that rotation with a little bit more activation, and just switch sides. At first, you may need to take this a little bit slower. We want to continue to create this nice engagement or connection between rib cage and pelvis. So notice as I rotate, even if my pelvis rotates a little bit, I'm rooting through the ground and I'm able to leverage that rooting to get more rotation through the T-spine. And using those eyes, just squeeze a little bit more movement out of it. And one thing you may notice after you do this for a little bit is if I rotate to the right, my left hip, I'm gonna feel this glute activate. And it may feel like I'm reaching this hip forward a little bit, or rather rooting it down. So what you'll notice is the hips don't move as much, and I can start to rotate a little bit more. So just recognize that. Could be something to play with as you start to get a little bit more feel for this movement. All right, coming down on the ground into a plank position. We're gonna drive through those hands and then step up, drive through this foot into an extended mountain climber. And then I just want you to start to look forward and notice how you pull yourself deeper into the movement. We're then gonna step back and then switch sides. Same thing, eyes come up, even if it's just a couple feet in front of you, and then step back. Breathe in. Just go inhale as you come into that extension a little bit, looking up. Exhale as you step back. You're gonna feel that back pocket stretch really start to turn on here as you just extend a little bit. Continue to drive through the contact points, active through this back leg, driving through this foot, continuing to open up. And rest. Okay. Next one, we're going to take it into rocking push-ups. I want you to focus on maintaining a long spine here. So if that means walking your hands out a little bit further, so you're not feeling like you're really scrunched up here, go for it. I'm gonna pull back through the hips. Toes can be tucked under or flat. Load, and then as I come forward, pulling myself to the ground and then pressing away. So focus on that nice connection, that length through the spine. So staying bigger through the upper back, not allowing kind of that reach through the sternum. Allow the stretch to happen through the chest. Feel that pull into the push-up and then press up and back, pull forward and in, up and back. Keep rolling. Go ahead and rest. All right, next up we're going to go into the cross crawl Superman. So extending those arms out overhead, forehead's going to rest on the ground. I want to do my best to stay nice and long through those arms and overhead. Toes tucked under in the back, reaching opposite limbs and then down. And we're simply going to move at like more of a marching tempo. Not super concerned with how high the lift is, just more so sensing that movement through opposite shoulder and hip. And as we go through this, we also can sense a little bit more reach out in creating length. So continue to breathe and just trust the movement through opposite shoulder and hip. Allowing the body and the brain to harmonize with that cross crawl pattern. Keep working. Sit up and stand up. And we're going to take it into the cross crawl pattern standing. So cross crawl march, arms above the head. Exhale, elbow to knee. You could go wrist to knee if that feels really challenging for you. And then stand tall. So pairing that movement with the breath and really dialing in this pull through the center of the body. So that elbow down towards opposite knee and then long through the other limbs. So strong, active through the ground. Stand tall. Allow that breath to guide the necessary amount of effort here. So that balance is going to come from really rooting through your foot, feeling that connection up through the body. And the breath is going to give you that ability to provide the right amount of effort. Eyes on the horizon, continuing to tap into open posture. And rest. Whew, awesome. All right, we're gonna wrap up. Nice little bounce in place. Sensing that connection you've cultivated over the last 15-ish minutes. Taking a few nice deep breaths. And tapping into your center. Feeling that sense of stability and groundedness through the feet, up through the knees, into the pelvis, up through the spine, and lengthening through the crown of your head. And allow, as we just get a little bit lighter with that bounce, that tension to just dissipate. Let go. Sense your body as it is today. Accept where you're at today.
Thanks for joining me in this full body reset. I hope you're feeling open, connected, and ready for your day. If you enjoyed this session, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're digging this approach to movement and want a more structured way to build strength and move better every single day, check out the Smooth app. It's packed with follow-alongs, progressive programs, and tools to help you stay athletic and capable for the long haul. You'll find everything you need to keep leveling up. Links in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Stay smooth.